I was raised to be a champion. Like many of you here today, my goal is to win in life. I am a double major communication student with a 3.9 CGPA. At the age of 21, I was scouted by a few prominent people in the entertainment industry to become a model, actress, and a content creator. It has only been less than a year since my accidental career started, and I've been lucky enough to appear on magazines, billboards, TV commercials, working with international brands and extremely talented people in the industry. I get paid to wear the trendiest OOTDs, travel around the world, and attend the coolest events with my famous friends and advertise the latest brands you see on Instagram. And in fact, at only 21, I get paid more in a day than most graduates do in the month. I spend my weekends either filming or helping out a startup company with their PR matters. I am also a mental health activist who is committed to start my own foundation one day to empower young people. And now, I can finally tick off my bucket list as a TEDx speaker. This is the surface of my life that I chose to share for all of you to see. But what many people don't see is the sleepless nights and the countless hours of having to look flawless while filming on set. And I'm talking about more than 24 hours of non-stop filming while being a full-time student. What they don't see is the amount of no replies and rejections I get from modeling agencies after going from castings to castings. Because the truth about this industry is, no matter how pretty you are or how good your work ethics are, you are easily replaceable. What they also don't see is the anxiety and the pressure of having to create quality social media content after content to please the clients that I work with, as though my Instagram feed is a resume. And despite the glitz and glamour of climbing the career ladder to success at such a young age, what I didn't see coming was the depression and the confusion that hits when I realized that I was actually nowhere. And when everyone thought that I had my life all figured out, in truth, I had absolutely no idea what I was going to do with my life. I was miserable. And at only 21, I was stuck at my quarter-life crisis. You see, all this while, I didn't know who I really was or what I truly wanted in life. I've unintentionally allowed my self-worth and my happiness to be defined by society's idea of success. I know that there's many of you here today feeling the same way, lost, stuck, looking for answers. And I hope that by sharing my journey with you of how I've embraced my quarter-life crisis, you'll be able to use these 3 cheat codes that I've learned along the way and apply it into your own life. The reason why I think we should all embrace our quarter-life crisis rather than to avoid it is because when you finally have the courage to break through, you will have a clear vision of what you really want, who you're going to be, and how you're going to achieve it. And to me, that is the beauty of going through a crisis. So, cheat code number 1, be in charge of your own happiness. Since I was young, I was raised to believe that being successful means finishing high school at 17, then graduating law school at 21. It means getting that MBA before working from 9 to 5 at a multinational corporate that my parents want me to work in, because that's the safest thing to do. It also means getting married before you're 27, because that's the age where almost everyone does it. I remembered asking myself, If waking up every day, doing the same routine, not because I wanted to, but because I was supposed to, just to please the people around me, was the life that I truly wanted. I was done with allowing these people to project their fear on me. And that was when I made the choice to start living life based on my own terms. So I quit business school and gave up my parents' dreams of wanting me to become a banker and started pursuing what I've always wanted to study instead by becoming a mass comm student. During my second year, I made the choice to defer a semester and even gave up my scholarship to study in the UK to fulfill my lifelong dream of becoming a beauty queen. My dad was not happy about that. He wasn't happy that I have to wear a bikini in public either. My parents were even more worried when I started my career in the entertainment industry. The good news about having a quarter-life crisis is you're not lost in life. You're just early in the process. You feel lost by the standards set by society. It could be your parents, the people you surround yourself with, and even your lover. And it's great you're realizing you're unhappy right now because you can actually do something about it. Imagine having a midlife crisis when you're 40. You can't go home and tell your partner you've quit your job and you're gonna dump them with the kids because you're gonna go do soul searching. They're gonna kill you. You got bills to pay and the kids gotta go to college. And the scariest thing is, you can't even make your loved ones happy anymore. Because how could you, when deep down you have lost the ability of making your own self happy? This is the moment for you to start asking yourself, what truly makes you happy? What impact do you want to create in your own life and the life of others? And what legacy do you want to leave behind? Do not get me wrong. I'm not telling you to go back home and tell your parents you're dropping out of school because I told you so. That is not the point. Looking back, I'm not proud of all the life decisions I made. But it was all these choices, these bold mistakes, that have molded me to become the woman that I am today. It was all these choices, both the good and the bad, that has made me the master of my own fate. Your self-worth and your happiness is not defined by the numbers in your bank account. It is not defined by the clothes you wear or the amount of likes you have on Instagram. And it should never be defined by what other people have to say about your life choices. You are responsible for your own happiness, so take charge of it. Moving on to cheat code number 2, focus on your own lane. We are now living in an era of social media where we are constantly being fed information about what our friends or our favorite influencers are up to 24/7. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wasted hours of your life lying on a couch, stalking about 9 months deep into your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend's profile? Anyone? Well, I know I did. I was obsessed with making it in life and retiring before 30, that I would forcefully drag myself out of bed every single day, giving myself unnecessary anxiety and stress as I was comparing my achievements with my friends on social media. It wasn't about feeling like I was complaining or I wasn't grateful. It was feeling like I wasn't doing good enough. She's only 18 and she's starting her own makeup line. What am I doing with my life? Oh no, there he is with his new startup company. Maybe I should drop out of school and start my own business. Wait, what? She's getting married on a private island in Italy? You know what? Screw this. Maybe I should just find a rich husband too. We do this to ourselves all the time, don't we? But it was when I found out that the power couple on Instagram that I've always admired often have huge violent fights off screen. The fights were so bad that the girlfriend couldn't stop herself from crying at a party. It was when my beautiful supermodel girlfriend confessed to me with tears in her eyes that she has mental breakdowns from time to time because despite her success, she felt lonely as she couldn't find anyone who truly loved her. And it was when I received a text message from an Arcoy, rich kids on Instagram, asking me to loan him some money just so he could keep up with his lavish-looking lifestyle, buying bottles of champagne he can't afford to impress people that don't matter. And then it hit me that none of this is real. Being just like the people you admire on social media is not the answer to your quarter-life crisis, because the truth is, nobody has it all figured out. Social media is an illusion where we, the people you call influencers, curate and filter the heck out of our photos, showing you only the best part of our lives, so that you, as a motivated consumer, are influenced not just to click that follow button, but also to purchase the brands we advertise on our social media. This is the ugly truth that the industry does not tell you. And every second you spend keeping up with the Kardashian or obsessing about the achievements of others, it is taking away the time of you actually doing something to invest in yourself. Life does not happen when you're constantly on your phone worrying about other people's success. So focus on your own lane and start your hustle. You may ask me, so how do I hustle when I don't know what to do in life? This is where cheat code number 3 comes in. You go hard or go home. When I was stuck at my quarter-life crisis, I've learned that the reason why I felt lost was because I haven't experienced enough things in life. I remember coming home one day, drunk and devastated, crying to myself, saying, God, I hate my life. This is not the life that I wanted. I was at my rock bottom, and honestly, I didn't know what to do in my life at all. So I just followed my intuition and bought flight tickets to Europe the next day, and then to Bangkok the following month. I didn't care if I were to travel alone or if I were to go broke. All I cared at that moment was that I was desperate of getting out of my comfort zone. So I started picking up Muay Thai classes, acting classes, opening up about my life to random strangers and even my Grab car drivers. Traveled alone, traveled around the world, and even spoke a new language. My quarter-life crisis gave me the courage to do things I never thought I could. It was at that moment that I've learned that our biggest fear in life should not be the fear of failure. Our biggest fear in life should be to settle. Our 20s is the best years of our life. It is not the time for us to make practical and safe choices. It is also not the time for us to get the job or study the course because our parents or our boyfriends wanted us to. This is our moment to take massive, calculated risks because we can afford to make mistakes. Winston Churchill defined success as the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm. This means that success was never about finding your one calling in life. It was never about pursuing perfection. Isn't that a relief? Because success is about having the courage and the perseverance to accomplish one goal after another, constantly pushing yourself forward despite hitting rock bottom. So sign up for that class. Build that website, start that company, open that cafe, talk to that mentor, buy that flight ticket, travel around the world, volunteer, make friends with those who want you to succeed. Refuse to settle. Because your 20s is a time for you to try new skills that you've yet discovered about yourselves. So commit 100% in everything that you do and never stop improving on the skills you already have. Screw the whole making it in life BS. Everyone is still trying to figure out what they're going to do with your life, no matter if they're 20, 40, 60, or even 80. And let me tell you something. If you are sitting here right now on a Saturday afternoon listening to ideas worth spreading and not recovering from a hangover after a long night out last night, believe me, you are doing so much more better than most people out there. So stop worrying, start hustling, and go hard or go home. I just want to say it has been an absolute pleasure for me to be able to stand here today and connect with all of you. I hope you start applying these cheat codes whenever you feel lost or stuck in life, and quickly pull yourself out of your own quarter-life crisis to achieve your own definition of success. I want to encourage each and every one of you today to embrace your quarter-life crisis with courage. Embrace it with compassion, and most importantly, you embrace it with patience. Because I promise you, if you start taking charge of your own happiness, if you focus on your own lane, and if you go hard or go home, you will create a positive impact, not just in your life, but also in the life of others. Thank you.